Hello everyone, welcome to linuxin.com YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about bash history, okay? So before we analyze bash history, the idea is that everything that you write in the terminal, it's being stored in your terminal, okay? So your terminal keeps track of it and keeps a record of it. That's why you might have noticed me doing something like this, right? So I basically press the arrow button and I basically switch between the commands that we have already gone through. So the idea is that there are hundreds of commands that have history, right? So for example, if we have written 100 commands, so I can only access is like 100th, 99th, 98th, 97. So this is just an example, okay? So the idea is, let's say that if I want to access the 10th command, so I have to press this button, like arrow button, 90 times to run that command, right? So that's not very handy. I could basically write the command instead of going back there, right? So the concept is that you could basically write your history and you could hit enter, and you can see that here is the history of all the commands that we have here, okay? So we have 526 commands that we have run, and let's say that if I want to run this 346 number command, all I have to do is that I have to come here and I have to write here 346. So the idea is that if I would write here 346, if I hit enter, you can see that it says command not found. It won't run. So in order to run this command, which is an ls command on 346 number, what I have to do is that I have to clear it and I have to write here an exclamation mark, and then I have to write here 346. Okay, so once we do that, after that we're gonna hit enter. So now when we hit enter, you could see that it has basically printed out all the files that were there. Okay, so hope you have got the point. So in the similar way, you can run any command that you want to. Okay, so let's say that we have here history command, and let's say that if we want to run this clear command, which is on 392 number. So all I have to do is that I have to write here exclamation mark, and I have to write here 392, hit enter, and you can see that it has been cleared. So another thing that I want to talk about is that the history basically keeps track of every command. So there are some sensitive commands as well. So for example, if you're entering your password, it could be really dangerous for you to have it here, okay, in the history. So the idea is that you can basically write those commands that you don't want that command to go into the history, right? So for example, if I write here ls command, and if I, let's say, write here clear, and if I write here history, you can see that I have clear and I have ls recorded. Okay, so if I do something like this, and if I do something like this, you can see that we have cd command here as well. So what should we do that this command shouldn't show up here? So why we want to do that? So the idea is that if you write your password in the command, that anybody could go back into the server and they could basically check that command and they could figure out your password, and then it could be really bad for you, right? So if you don't want your commands to be recorded in the history, all you have to do is that, for example, I write here pwd, which is a command, and if I don't want that to be recorded in the history, all I have to do is that I have to give a space before running the command. So what this space does, that it doesn't allow that command to go into the history, and basically history doesn't detect it. Okay, so if we hit enter, you can see this command pwd has given us a result. But if we go back to the history, if we hit enter, you can see that last command is cd and not pwd. Okay, so that's how you basically do not allow your command to go into the history and be recorded. Okay, So hope you have got the idea, you have enjoyed this video. In this video we have talked about bash history, we have talked about how you can run a bash history command that is being run, like, you know, it was run hundreds of commands ago, and you can just simply put a number, put an exclamation mark before it, hit enter, and that command would run smooth, right? And then we have seen that how you can basically allow not to be recorded a command. Okay, so that's it from this video. I hope you have enjoyed it, you've learned something new. For written articles, you can always visit our website linuxin.com. For these kind of useful videos, if you have not subscribed to our channel, make sure you subscribe, you hit the bell icon, and thank you so much for watching.